Hi, good day, everyone, and welcome to today's virtual open day with the University of Suffolk. My name is Emmanuel. I'm one of the business development executive at Study Now, and I also want to extend a warm welcome to our distinguished representative from the University of Suffolk. Ololade, you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me. I'm delighted to be here.
All right, thank you for joining this section. So today's section is designed to help our students to make informed decision about their study abroad journey, and we will encourage everyone joining to participate actively by dropping their questions in the comment section. So without taking much of our time, Ololade, could you please introduce yourself and tell us a little about your role at the University of Suffolk?
All right. Thank you. Like introduced, my name is Ololade Olusegun, and I am the in-country representative for the University of Suffolk, responsible for Nigeria and having oversight also over some West African countries. I engage with partnership development, market management, also developing the university's marketing strategy in country. I help students, prospective students who are keen on studying at the University of Suffolk, and I guide them through the different processes up until enrollment before the student support services based in the university take over. So basically, that's just a brief of what I do for the university. So I'm the university's go-to person in country.
All right, thank you very much. And like I mentioned earlier, that the purpose of this section is to help our students to make informed decision about their study abroad journey. So I have a few questions here that I will be asking you. The first one I have here is for students hearing about University of Suffolk for the first time today, how would you describe the university to them?
Yes. So first, I'd like to say that making a choice to study at the University of Suffolk is one of the best decisions you will make as a prospective international student. The University of Suffolk is a modern, forward-thinking university that gained university status in 2016. Since then, we've moved up, the rankings, and currently we are ranked as, the UK top 50 university. We are now in the league of, the top 50 UK universities, and we've climbed up about 82 places since 2022. Also, we won the University of the Year award by the What Uni Student Choice Award 2025, which speaks about our student support services, facilities, teaching quality, and quite a number of other things that make the University of Suffolk stand out, right? We are also located in Ipswich Town. Ipswich Town is just 1 hour, 10 minutes away from London by train. For students who are keen on proximity to London, it's very easy for you to move in and out of the university because of our proximity to London. We are also located in a very serene and affordable town. Ipswich Town has also been voted as one of the top three cultural places in the United Kingdom. It speaks about the uniqueness of where we're located, how peculiar we are in terms of culture. We have quite a number of courses as well at both undergraduate and postgraduate level across different areas. We have basically five schools. We have the School of Arts, we have the School of Business and Management, we have the School of Health and Science, we have the School of Social Sciences and Humanities, and we also have the School of Technology. And over the schools, we have, different courses, like I mentioned, ranging at undergraduate and postgraduate courses. We also offer mouth-watering discounts to both undergraduate and postgraduate students. Um, our discount ranges between 1,000 to 3,000 pounds, and it is automatically applied. There are quite a number of other things that we can speak about. I can go on and on, but in a brief, this is just, I think, what you should know about the University of Suffolk.
All right. Thank you very much, Ololade, for this information. So, for the next question, though you've briefly talked about them, about the different schools that is available at the University of Suffolk. So, for my next question, for the September 2026 intake, what are the available courses? Are there any new programs, scholarship available, or any pathway students should know about?
Okay, so for September 2026, we introduced some new courses at the university. The first is the Master of Pharmacy in Pharmacy, MPharm, which is a 4-year integrated master's degree program. It integrates both undergraduate study with postgraduate studies. So ideally, an applicant is starting off at undergraduate level, but will be graduating with a master's in pharmacy, right? So it's one of the courses that we've newly introduced for international students. So you can explore that, particularly if you're interested in studying a health and science course. Also, we newly introduced MA Social Work, which is a 2-year program for postgraduate students. If you're very keen in doing a health and science or a social science and humanity course that borders on social work, social care, and the interfaces of that area, you can apply for MA Social Work for this particular course. We do not necessarily require English language test, so you can apply for this course if you're particularly interested and if you have some form of experience to just give you a leverage over other applicants. We also newly introduced MSc Digital Marketing and Data Analytics. It's a new course that will be starting in September 2026. Already, we have started receiving applications for this course. So, if you are interested, you can reach out to Study Now. They will help you navigate the process of applying and getting an offer. But I would say that for September 2026 is already late because we closed the application just some few days ago. But if you're interested in consecutive intakes, um, or subsequent intakes, you could reach out to Study Now. They will guide you through the process of applying. We also newly introduced MSc Financial Technology. So if you're interested in fintech, I know that fintech is a big deal. We have a lot of startups. It's a global industry, right? So if you're interested in gaining more knowledge professionally and academically with MSc Fintech, you can also apply at the University of Suffolk. For September 2026, aside the newly introduced courses, we have quite a number of courses ranging um, in our different schools. We have courses like MSc Public Health and Wellbeing. We have courses like MSc International Business and Management. We have courses like the Suffolk MBA. We have courses like MA Criminology, MA Psychology, and quite a number of courses. We have a website which you can refer to in terms of the different courses that we have available. We have courses in tech also like MSc Data Science and Artificial Intelligence. We have MSc Computer Science and quite a number of very good courses that you can explore.
Okay, thank you. So, I would like to ask, so for that means for students interested at studying at University of Suffolk, September intake is already late, so
Yes,
which means they
it
can
is.
consider January
Yes.
next year. All
Yes,
right,
they can
thank you.
consider January 2027. I
All right.
also forgot to mention that one of the courses that we also offer are courses like PhD courses. We have intakes across the year. Our next intake is in October. The previous intake was in July. Before July was May, and we also have in January. So we have strategic intakes across the year for PhD students. We also have a lot of subject areas that you can explore, ranging from health and science, to computing, to sustainability, quite a number of business management, quite a number of courses that you can explore on that PhD as well.
Oh, that's a good one. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So, for my next question, um, are students exposed to real-world employers during their studies at University of Suffolk?
So I would say that yes, even though we do not necessarily advertise that we have industry links, but for instance, students who are interested in doing like a business management course, we have what we call the Business Innovation Hub, whereby students who are studying business management will interface with industry leaders in business management, right? So if you are entrepreneurial, you are business inclined, you need support to start a business, we have that hub designed for international students. Like I said, you will interact with business leaders, thought leaders, industry leaders in that orb, right? For our other courses, such as the like technology courses, we have partnerships with institutions like British Telecommunication, which is one of the leading telecommunications firm in the United Kingdom. We teach some of our computing courses in partnership with British Telecommunication, which is located in Adastral Park. Adastral Park used to be home to our Digitech Center, which caters for our technology courses, but we have moved away from Digitech Center, but we still have, a relationship with British Telecommunication and quite a number of other technology companies. So these are some of the partnerships we have at the university, and there are a lot more partnerships coming up that international students can take part of. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. So, I would like to ask, does University of Suffolk have a career service that supports international students with their CVs, interviews, networking, and job placement?
Yes, definitely. One of the things we were ranked for was our student support services, like I mentioned. That was ranked by the What Uni Student Choice Award for 2025. And but the peculiarity of our student support services is that we support international students, navigate the employment journey. And like you mentioned, that includes, helping them, write their CV, giving them directories to, possible job opportunities across Ipswich and the larger Suffolk and Norfolk area, helping them prepare for interviews and giving them resources that will be useful for them, in navigating employment and employment opportunities, right? So yes, students have that support service available at the University of Suffolk.
All right, thank you. So for my next question, I would ask want to know what are the documents, especially for PhD students. You mentioned earlier that PhD would is still open for November. Hope I'm correct. October,
October,
right?
October,
All
yeah.
right. So, what are the documents for students that are interested? What are the documents they need to prepare? And aside those students interested in PhD, for students that want to go for their masters coming, but maybe by January
Yeah.
2027, what document can those students start preparing or submitting immediately after this section with University of Suffolk?
Okay, so I'll start off with PhD applicants. So our PhD admissions process is quite flexible in comparison with other UK institutions. So if you're interested in applying for a PhD program at the University of Suffolk, the first thing you'll have to submit on the university's website, even before you do like a search for a supervisor, is to submit the enquiry form. The enquiry form gives us an insight into where you're coming from as an applicant, your undergraduate degree or master's degree, your research topic, what you're interested in doing a research on, and the other details that pertains to the students. Once you submit an enquiry form, the Suffolk Doctoral College will have a look at your enquiry form and see if we have expertise to supervise your research area. Once we confirm that we have expertise to supervise that research topic or research area, we then reach out to the applicant with a proper application form. So in this application form, of course, you will fill in all the necessary details, upload all supporting documents such as, the degree certificates and transcripts, medium of instruction letter, because that's what we accept in lieu of WIAC or NECO. You submit your personal statement, reference letter, and for PhD students, most importantly, you submit your research proposal. The major factor we base a decision on for PhD is your research proposal, your research area. What do you want to research on? What have you highlighted in your research topic and in your research proposal? So once the Suffolk Doctoral College gets the application form and all the supporting documents, we then review and schedule the applicant for an interview. Once you pass that interview, you continue with the other processes involved in admission, getting an offer, and getting the class. So this differs for applicants who are applying for undergraduate and a MSc program at the University of Suffolk. We do not have any Masters of Research program. We have just undergraduate, master's degree courses, and PhD courses at the
Interesting.
university. For undergraduate students, we have the direct application form now, so they don't necessarily have to apply through UCAS. Of course, for undergraduate students, because we do not have like a pathway route, it means that students must have completed their A levels, completed maybe perhaps an international baccalaureate diploma, or most likely have done like a foundation program from an institution, whether in the UK or anywhere else in the world, so far it's accredited. Right, they'll be submitting those documents, any of those documents, with other supporting documents such as their reference letter, personal statement, the English test that is applicable, and other documents. For master's courses, application is done on the university's website. You will need to provide your degree certificate and transcript, personal statement, reference letters, medium of instruction letter. Basically, those are like the main documents you need to provide to get an offer across the different, levels of study that I've mentioned.
All right, thank you very much. So, Ololade, can you please explain to us what are the common reasons strong applications still get rejected, and how can students avoid them?
So I would say that at the University of Suffolk, one of the major reasons why applications get rejected is if you do not meet the entry requirements. We have course specific requirements for some specialized courses, and we have conversion courses. We have courses that if you have some form of experience, we can accept you. So I would say that one of the major reasons for being rejected or getting a rejection at the university would be maybe an applicant does not necessarily meet the entry requirements. One of our entry requirements is that we do not accept third class or HND applicants. So applicants who have third class or who have HND and are applying to study a direct master's course at the university will definitely get rejected. Your application will not even be reviewed to see if you have relevant work experience, professional accreditations, or whatever, right? So having a third class degree, having an HND, institutions from Benin Republic also will not be accepted, right? Because we believe that institutions from Benin Republic are not equivalent to a UK bachelor's degree, and
Okay.
that's like the major reason why we do not accept qualifications from Benin Republic, right? So basically, these are like the major reasons why you will be rejected. So for course specific requirements like adult nursing, if you do not meet the entry requirements, for instance, for adult nursing, we require that applicants have like a 2-1 degree in a non-science subject area. For instance, if you have a degree in business management and you are applying to MSc Adult Nursing pre-registration at the University of Suffolk, we require you to have a 2-1 degree in business, like in a business management course. If you do not have like a 2-1 degree from a non-science course, you will be rejected. But if you are a science, you have a degree in health and science or in the broader science area, will accept you with a 2 degree. So for course specific requirements, if you do not meet the course specific requirements, you will be rejected as well. So basically, these are like the areas where we consider rejection.
All right. Thank you very much for this
Yeah.
information. And
Yeah.
still, though, in line with this question that I asked,
Yeah.
we've seen probably some cases where some university actually do not accept qualification from Republic of Benin directly to master's program, but they still accept them for top-up program. So I don't know if University of Suffolk actually accepts qualification from Republic of Benin into their top-up program, or is top-up program available at the
Yeah.
University of Suffolk? Yeah.
So we have only one top up program, and it was specifically designed for HND applicants who want to
Okay.
top up their HND to a degree. So for applicants who want to who have like a third class degree, who have a degree from an institution that is not equivalent to a UK bachelor's degree, and they want to top up their degree, they would have to consider like a pre-masters, which we do not offer at the University of Suffolk. So our top up is only designed for HND applicants wanting to top up their degree, their HND qualification to a degree.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So for my next question, you mentioned earlier that September intake is already closed. So for January 2027, at what stage should students begin the application process to avoid unnecessary pressure or delays?
So we already opened up our January 2027 application portal a while back. We started receiving applications, especially for our health and science courses, pre-registration courses, such as MSc Adult Nursing and MSc Diagnostic Radiography, that usually have like a volume of applications. So if you're interested in January 2027, you have a particular course you're interested in, I'll advise you to start the application process as soon as possible. So at least you get your offer early enough. Once you get your offer, when we go live on Cash Shield for January 2027, you can, fill in your Cash Shield details, start preparing for the recorded precast interview, get your bank statement ready, get your TB test certificate ready, and submit all these necessary documents to get your cars. So I will advise that applicants put in their application for January 2027 as soon as possible.
Possible. All right, thank you. And on the list of my question here, finally, can you please tell us what the application timeline is for University of Suffolk?
All right, thank you. So I would say that once an applicant submits an application on the university's website, it usually takes about 24 hours for the application to be imported into the university's portal, whereby admissions can see and review the application. So from the time the application gets into the university's portal, it takes about a maximum of 72 hours to get like response on your application. The response can either come in form of a conditional offer. It can also come in form of request for further documents, and that's for applicants that we need you to provide further documents, and it can also come as an unconditional offer if the applicant meets all the requirements to get an offer, right? So I would say that the response time typically would be about 72 hours, and that's about 3 days. So for applicants where we need to review further, it may take longer than 72 hours, also dependent on the volume of applications that we also have to deal with at that time. So I would just say that the turnaround time, because it would not be good to misinform you, right? I would say that typically the turnaround time is 72 hours.
All right, thank you
Yeah,
very much. So
you're
I
welcome.
have a question here. And the question says, what is the initial deposit? Because I think because of your explanation, you actually then mention
Okay.
the deposits, the tuition fee, if it is in
Mm.
range and all that. Then
Yeah.
what I also, this person also wants to know about the payment plan too for University of Suffolk.
Okay, so I'll take that one after the order. You started off
Yes.
with deposit, tuition
Yes.
fee range, and installment plan. So the deposit fee at the University of Suffolk is £5,000, right?
Okay.
So after you get an unconditional offer and you pass your recorded precast interview, you're expected to make the initial deposit of £5,000. Typically, our tuition fee ranges between £16,020 to about £19,470, right? For our PhD courses, tuition fee starts as low as about £14,500 to about £19,470, depending on the course you have chosen to study. Right, so I've given a range of £16,020 to £19,470 for postgraduate study, and I've also given a range of about 14,500 to 19,470 for PhD study. For undergraduate studies, typically tuition fee ranges between 15,500 to about 18,470 pounds. We have discounts that also ranges between £1,000 to £3,000, and it is merit based, meaning that we automatically apply this discount based on the classification of your degree. For instance, for applicants who are applying for a postgraduate course. So, for instance, an applicant who has a first class degree will get £3,000 discount off their tuition. Applicants who have a 2-1 will get £2,000 off. Applicants who have a 2-2 will get £1,000 off as tuition discount. And like I mentioned, it is automatically applied. In terms of installment payments, ideally we offer two installment pay. We we offer two installments, right? After an applicant has paid £5,000 deposit, they are not required to pay any enrollment fee. So they once they get their visa, they come over to the UK, they enroll without having to pay an additional percentage of the balance of their tuition. We usually give a grace of about 2 months after enrollment for applicants to meet up with 50% of the balance of their tuition fee, right? The remaining 50% balance is payable by the second semester of the course. I would also like to highlight or not necessarily emphasize that we offer flexibility to the installment plan. So students who cannot meet up with the two, you know, the breakdown of the two installments can speak to our finance team to draw out a more flexible payment plan that fits their financial context, right? So it's up to the students to then go to our finance team to say, oh, please, can you drop a more flexible payments plan? Okay, I earned this. My parents will send me this. So based on this information, can you drop something that is more suitable and flexible, right? And our finance team will be very willing to do that. So that's how it works in terms of tuition deposits, in terms of the tuition fee range and installment plan. I hope I've been able to answer that person's question. Let me know if that's
Yes.
clear enough. Yeah.
Yeah, it's clear. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And I think that's all the questions we have. Let me quickly check the comment section if there is
Okay.
any. Okay, I think that's all. And finally, Ololade, can you give us like a word from you before we bring this section to a close? And can you also tell us what you feel that unique thing about University of Suffolk? Can you please tell us before we call it a day?
Okay. Someone actually has asked about accepting qualifications from Ivory
Oh,
Coast.
okay, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
So let me read the question. Will applications be accepted from Ivory Coast?
Well, I would say that we've not really received applications from that region or from that country, right? But if you have an applicant who wants to study at the University of Suffolk, we can look at it based off the institution the applicant graduated from. We check it on ECTIS to verify if that institution offers, degrees equivalent to a UK bachelor's degree, and if it is accredited. If we need further information, we might ask them to provide proof from their Ministry of Education, right, to ascertain like the accreditation of the university and the qualification. But I would say for this particular case, we will look at it on a case by case basis. So it's not a hard no or a hard yes. It's just in between.
All right, thank you.
Yes.
So, for the next question, can you speak more on the postgraduate master's loan?
Okay. I'm not sure because I can see the question and it says that
Yeah,
the
that's I saw it on the
website
website of
says that we
University of
offer.
Suffolk.
So I'm not sure about the authenticity of the information because I have not seen on the university's website where we offer student loans. It could be that that information was put there for home students, right? But at the University of Suffolk, we do not offer master's loan to international students, right?
Okay,
So I'm not sure about that. So do we have healthcare programs for January
and
intake
social work.
and social work? Social work is like I said, is the first intake that we have. We are running the first intake in September 2026, so we have not decided if we will have it available for January. If there's any update on running that program in January, I definitely will reach out to the team here in Study Now to update them on that information. So that means you should keep in touch with them about your abroad plans. We have healthcare programs available for January 2027. We have courses like MSc adult nursing pre-registration. We have courses like MSc diagnostic radiography pre-registration that students, can apply for, right? So you can explore all of these options for January 2027.
All right, thank you. So someone is asking here if you have January intake, and the answer is yes,
Yes,
because you mentioned in
definitely.
earlier an application for January intake is already
Ongoing.
ongoing. So the earlier the better you submit your application in order to avoid unnecessary pressure and delay.
Yeah.
I think that's all the questions we have here.
All right.
So do you have any word for the student joining before we actually call it a day?
Well, the University of Suffolk is a great place to study. It's a very unique university, very modern. We've invested a lot of money in facilities, so you'll be learning, you know, with state of the art equipment and in very modern facilities. We are located right in front of the Ipswich waterfront, which is a very beautiful place, very stunning. It's a coastal area, so if you're someone that is into like tourist attraction centers, right? We're located right in front of the Ipswich waterfront, and it will be very fascinating for you. I'm very sure if you're interested in things like that, right? I also mentioned that the University of Suffolk is leading in terms of student support services, facilities, teaching quality, as we won the University of the Year award by the What You Need Student Choice Award, and we also won the International University of the Year. So if you're looking for a university that embraces international students and offers them the support that they need, we are the right university. We also teach in a method called block and blend. Block and blend is structured in such a way that international students or students studying at the University of Suffolk generally do not have to compound all of their modules at one time. A lot of universities do that where you're learning everything at once. But the University of Suffolk teaches in such a way that you focus on one module at a time, which gives you deeper insights into, the course, that particular module you're studying at a time. So when you complete one module, you move on to another module. When you complete that, you move on to another module until you complete all of the modules. It also gives you some form of flexibility and time because you don't necessarily even have to be on campus all through the week. You have online classes. You perhaps will have to be on campus maybe just once or twice in a week. So it gives you that flexibility to be able to, explore. Your studying does not mean that you should not have time to explore the,
Exactly.
larger part of the United Kingdom and all of that. And as an international student, you have the opportunity to work 20 hours a week. So it gives you time to also combine that time slot of work with the studies you're doing at the university. The University of Suffolk also has smaller size classes. So if you're someone that is not really big on having like big classes, chaotic and all of that, we offer that to international students as well. So you get to learn very seamlessly in a very calm environment and all of that. We are also located in a very, very affordable town. So if you're looking for affordability, yes, the University of Suffolk is the right place for you. So I hope I've been able to convince you that you should come study at the University of Suffolk. You get all the support you need as an international student.
All right. Thank you very much, Ololade.
Yes, we look
So I
forward to
also,
welcoming you January 2027, September 2027. Yeah.
yes. So I also want to appreciate everyone that joined this session. And finally, before we round up today's open day section with University of Suffolk, I would love to remind everyone that if you already have a course in mind and would like to study at the University of Suffolk, you can send a DM on any of our social media platform and our team will guide you through the next steps. Also, if you have any questions at all about courses, universities, tuition, scholarships, intake, study destination, or the application process in general, feel free to reach out to us. We are just a DM away on all our social media platform, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. And we are always happy to help you begin your study abroad journey with the clarity you need. Thank you all for joining. And thank you very much, Alolade.
Thank you for having me. It was such a very insightful session. The questions and all. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Bye.